Do you have a dog in your home that you love and possibly even treat like one of your own children? When it hurts, you immediately seek medical attention. You even feed it vitamins daily to ensure its health. Now think of a home that breeds vicious attack dogs just for the pure pleasure of entertainment. Hi, my name is Jason Ledoux, and during this speech, I will show pictures that may be uncomfortable to you, but it's an attempt to advise you on an inhumane treatment of dogs and how a man was able to pay very little for his involvement and continue to make millions. Dog fighting can be tracked back to the 1835 in North, South America, and even Europe. Breeding is a huge part within this so-called sport. Back in the 1800s, 1900s, the large, heavy bulldog was the bred used. It was bred with a small, agile terriers to produce the bull terriers, becoming the fighting breed of today. These breeds can include Staffordshire Bull Terriers, American Staffordshire Terriers, and American Pit Bull Terriers, all hail from this ancestry. Fighting dogs have been genetically engineered to be receptive to the training that will prepare them to succeed in the pit. To include the bloodline is just as important when it comes to this sport as in the horse racing. A dog that is found to be a winner in the dogfighting arena can gross thousands and thousands of dollars when it makes puppies. To give you a picture of what happens during a dogfight, here's a picture of two pit bulls that are dogfighting today. I know it's hard to look at, but this is occurring today as just like a little sport. The people of this sport, they find it a family pastime. They have food, music, games, and even sometimes there could be local government officials involved to ensure that no outside interference encounters their pastime. Since then, dogfighting has gone underground due to the outcry of thousands and millions of people of animal cruelty as it is. The people of the dogfighting community plays a social status role. These people are poor. They don't have any education. They're trying to make ends meet, which can be understandable. And owning a dog that is a winner can bring stardom and wealth that they might not be able to find through other avenues. Not all dog fighters are economically challenged. We have all kinds of walk of life that come to these arenas or these pits just for the pure thrill of watching two animals go at it, possibly to the death. Those individuals that are found to be harboring or producing a dogfighting arena usually are just fined, might serve jail time, loss of property. However, what is hard to imagine is once they leave jail, they go right back to what they were doing before because the punishment isn't harsh enough, and unfortunately that's all they know, and it's their livelihood. Social status does play a role, and it needs to change in hopes of warding off this cruel sport. Dogfighting isn't just for the poor. As I stated, millionaires get involved, and they all pay the price. That goes inside with an individual by the name of Michael Vick, a prominent Atlanta Falcon quarterback within the NFL. He was found to be having a dog fighting ring at his own property. This operation started approximately 2001 in his home. Operation hidden by fences and other buildings. This is a picture of his estate. This is his home with his fences, and in the back of the property, in the midst of the woods, you can see some buildings. And when the federal people came in, this is where they found the dog operation occurring. At the time of the seizures, there was approximately 66 dogs taken and along with other dog fighting equipment. Dogs were chained to axles just out of reach of one another as a common practice within the dog fighting arena. Other investigations showed that dogs were killed by hanging, drowning, and electrocution, and even bashing, which is where they take the dog and they just beat it on the sidewalk or the concrete to kill it. During Michael Vick's operation, dogs were brought all over the country from New York, Virginia, New Jersey, North Carolina, just to have a shot in Michael Vick's operation. Michael Vick did plead guilty after evidence came pouring on, although he stated that he had no knowledge of it at first. He only served 23 months in prison. He was allowed to finish his last bit due to overcrowding in our jails. Vick has incurred financial losses of up to $142 million as a result of being cut from the NFL. And again, this is Michael Vick, and this is what he caused to helpless dogs that had no choice to follow what they were taught or end up dying. Michael Vick paid his debt to society in accordance to the law, but should he be allowed to make millions and continue to be a role model for thousands and thousands of children or even adults? Michael Vick had a lot of debt with lawyer fees, fines, and other debt that he had incurred. He had to obtain wealth in a fast manner. He requested Michael Stern to join the NFL again. He was given that chance. He had to show remorse, be positive influence, and he had to prove that he had learned his lesson to be able to join the NFL. During this appealing process, he worked as a construction worker and even at the Humane Society. Michael Vick's NFL suspension was lifted in 2010, where he signed and played for the NFL players, Philadelphia Eagles, where he remains today. You can take this as a good sign, as that he paid his debt to society, and now he is working again, paying his taxes, and maybe being a role model, setting a good role model for our children today. However, I feel that there is a double standard. If I, Jason Ledoux, United States Air Force Master Sergeant with a top secret clearance, commits a felony, even has a dogfighting ring of my own, and is found guilty, I am found guilty with a felony. I cannot serve 23 months in prison. I cannot come out and show a good steward towards society and learn from my lessons and obtain my security clearance again. I am no longer to obtain that paycheck that I live off of, that I live very well. I lose everything. I have to build myself from the bottom up. I don't feel that Michael Vick should be playing in the NFL again. I think he should be playing a supporting role within the animal rights movement and setting an example in that nature. In conclusion, dogfighting has been around for a long time and considered a sport in many circles. Certain breeding is being used to create better dogs for thousands and even track like thoroughbreds. Social and economic status play a role in the sports, but the thrill of the actual act attracts all walks of life. Michael Vick was a participant of raising dogs and running an operation out of his own home. He did pay his debt to society, but with double standards in our culture today, he is able once again to be a role model for so many children, even thousands of adults. While common men and women found guilty of the same possible crime do not find such leniency when trying to find a well-paying job with a felony hanging over their head. Michael Vick should be allowed to regain himself in the world and be a prosperous citizen, but not as a role model in the National Football League. Thank you.